It appears that Republican Congressman Jim Jordan is attempting to out-crazy Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now this week, Marjorie Taylor Greene put forth a recommendation that in an upcoming 2025 appropriations bill, basically the bill funding the government for next year, Marjorie Taylor Greene said, hey, you know what? We should defund the entire state of New York and cut them off from all federal funding because, of course, Trump just got convicted in New York. So Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to just cut off federal funding for New York. No more public schools, no more public housing, nothing. And Jim Jordan said, well, hang on there. I can get even crazier than that. And Jim Jordan sent a letter to the House Appropriations Committee that, of course, is currently drafting the legislation, where he asked that they cut off funding to the FBI, cut off funding to the DOJ, cut off funding to Jack Smith, cut off funding to Fani Willis in Georgia, and of course, cut off funding to New York, specifically Alvin Bragg's office. So Marjorie Taylor Greene may want to take out an entire state, but Jim Jordan says, I'm going to take out multiple states and cripple the federal government while I'm at it. And both of these morons are doing this 100% because they're mad about what happened to Donald Trump. Let me read you some of this stuff from Jim Jordan's idiotic letter. We recommend that the Appropriations Committee, with appropriate consultation from leadership, include language to eliminate federal funding for state prosecutors or state attorneys general involved in lawfare and to zero out federal funding for federal prosecutors engaged in such abuse. We recommend that the Appropriations Committee include language to eliminate any funding for the FBI that is not essential for the agency to execute its mission, including rescinding prior appropriations and prohibiting new taxpayer funding for any new FBI headquarters facility. He also said that these budget cuts were due to the weaponization of government under President Biden. Now, what's funny about that to me is the fact that Jim Jordan, as the chair of the Judiciary Committee, has been investigating this so-called weaponization of the government under President Biden for over a year, actually a year and a half at this point. And he's come up with no evidence at all to support any of his hypotheses. So even though this man knows for a fact, because he's been in charge of the committee investigating it, that there is no weaponization of the federal government, he is still saying, we've got weaponization of the federal government, so you got to cut all their funding. Don't give these people any more money. Now, I also want to stress here that this is the same party that goes out there every day and tells us that the Democrats are soft on crime. The Democrats don't want to prosecute people. The Democrats don't want to lock people up. So his solution to that is to defund the agencies and the people across the country that are actually locking people up, right? I mean, which party are you going to tell me now is soft on crime? Is it the party that's actually out there prosecuting white-collar criminals? Or is it the party that says we're not giving the DOJ or the FBI any money? We don't want Jack Smith to be able to prosecute people. We don't want Fani Willis in Fulton County, Georgia to prosecute people because one of the people she's prosecuting is Donald Trump. And as for Alvin Bragg, well, his job's done, right? He won his case. All 34 counts, convicted. So you're going to defund him now? He's already done, dude. Like, that's not going to do much of anything. So I don't know what your end game is here, but I do know this. This Congress, which includes people like Jim Jordan and Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? These two idiots trying to out-crazy each other, statistically have done less than any other Congress in the history of the United States. And this is the kind of crap they're working on. This is what the Democrats need to be hammering home with every undecided voter in this country. The Republicans have had a year and a half now ruling Congress, passed fewer bills than anybody else, and when they actually get the chance to pass a bill, they try to make it a bill that does nothing other than protect Donald Trump. That is insane. And at this point, it would be insane for voters to send those idiots back to D.C. in this year's election. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.